Good morning, humanity. Wake up and get off of your back. Satan is trying to drag you down. And the reason why he's trying to drag you down is because you're more valuable than you can possibly realize. If you're watching this, you are the light of the world. Now I have a question. What's going on with people who yell at vehicles? As you're driving down the street, why do people yell at vehicles? I'm in Daytona Beach right now. As I was driving down the street, the infrastructure wasn't too great, and I get it because there's hurricanes in the area. But we can control human beings whose lives have deteriorated to the point that as vehicles drive down the street, they go from talking to themselves to aggressively trying to intimidate the vehicles driving by. And the reason why it makes me mad is because there's obviously so much corruption in politics. This isn't a political statement, but politicians have no term limits. They want to make money. They want to do insider trading. They're doing anything and everything, making tedious rules that actually solve nothing. All the while, they're putting arbitrary substances in the same category as hyperstimulants that would make you yell at every passerby vehicle, and they do nothing about it. I want to vote for the politician who's going to rock their world. And I don't mean that in terms of tyranny. We're going to rock their world with compassion. But if it is certain that you are on a substance and you are selling a substance that would put someone in that frame of mind, and you are in that frame of mind, you are going to change. We're going to put you in a situation that redeems your soul. And I've talked about it a lot, but I understand that people have horrible childhoods. There's a lot of people that have childhoods with so much trauma, so much abuse, that I couldn't even comprehend. But their lives are too valuable. Their lives are too valuable to waste. We can't allow these individuals to be wandering the streets, causing a place as beautiful as, potentially beautiful as Daytona Beach, littering the streets and intimidating the visitors and wrecking the system. So, is the solution punishment and force? I was reading quotes yesterday by Napoleon, and Napoleon had a quote where he was talking to one of his generals, and his general asked him, "Napoleon, you're such a great man. Why would you believe in Christ, or why would you exalt Christ?" And Napoleon said basically, "I'll tell you this." This is his quote. "I'll tell you this. Charlemagne, Caesar, Alexander the Great, and myself, we all built empires, but we built them upon force. There's one man alone who built his upon love, and that is Christ. And for Christ, millions of men would die." So I'm paraphrasing the quote, but that is the solution. We don't need to impose arbitrary punishment on people and just completely blame them, but we also can't allow them to be in a state of being where they are just so clearly out of alignment. There's a difference between freedom and teetering over the edge to where you're yelling at vehicles. And I've been spending a lot of time with family the past few days. I've looked at pictures Florida wasn't always like this, and I know pictures can't fully do it justice, but it's so clearly deteriorating. And people are like, oh, they've got all these conspiracies about the direction of our country and things like that, but I'm like, open your eyes right now. It's not good right now. It's bad right now. And it's my fault, it's your fault. It's the fault of the people, but that is why I say we have a day ahead. We have to wake up, get off of our back, open our eyes, and improve ourselves. And by improving ourselves, we can improve the state of the world. St. Augustine. I've made it out of Daytona Beach. I didn't plan on staying there regardless, but you'd be surprised how trashed a place that is potentially so beautiful could be. It's disappointing. And in comparison to Daytona Beach, just what I've seen so far here, this is immaculate. This makes me appreciate Spanish culture, because apparently this is all founded by Spain. This is where the first Thanksgiving is purported to have happened. People say that the first Thanksgiving was in America was the Pilgrims. But I looked at a timeline, and the Thanksgiving that would have occurred here happened, I mean, almost 100 years before, like something like 75 years before. So I'm going to do more research, and over the next few days I will go to the place where that first Thanksgiving is said to have happened, which is also the oldest Catholic church in America. So there's a ton of history here, and it's unlike any place I've been so far. Just all different types of buildings. So now I'm going to enter fast travel. They have a lighting ceremony for Christmas lights or something, and there are a ton of people here. So I'm going to fast travel and I'm going to see what's going on in the old town. This is what I'm up to. Get better every day. Get better every day. Confront fears. And most importantly, focus on what is important. Don't have a passive mind, have an active mind. No distractions. Focus on what is important.